I want to talk about a side of business and hustle that not many people probably talk about, to be honest. I think often the hustle culture is glamorized and is seen as you're doing great, and people see all the Instagram posts about people going on holidays and as if that's how everything is. So a little background story. My name is Aselet and I am a doctor with a surgical background, and I finished my core surgical training and I'm just taking a year out at the moment just to basically assess what I want to do with my life. I've already been doing aesthetics for about 5 years, maybe. Yeah, 5 years. And I'm sat in my car on a Sunday morning, 9 a.m. In Harley Street. And yeah, I think this goes as, I guess, honest as it is, to show you what having a business is. I know a lot of people obviously work and they have different things that they're doing, so I'm not saying that obviously my job is hard or that I'm hustling more, but people glamorize it as if it's so complicated in a way that life becomes simpler. Complicated yet simple, that's a good way to kind of summarize it. But reality is, although that's true to an extent, it's much more complicated and there is a lot more effort that goes into it. Yeah, so I'm not feeling 100% still, feeling unwell, but I'm here. And I think it's also a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I'll upload this onto YouTube, to be honest, or whether it's worth doing that. But it's a career change. Now, when you have a job as your own identity, it's so difficult to consider changing your career that it's almost like you're taking your identity away from yourself. But it's weird because at the same time, there's an itching feeling that makes it feel right, where you're starting to not enjoy your role, or you feel like you're not growing at the rate that you want to. And for me, it's the latter. I find that actually, as much as I love being a doctor, I'm so constricted by the regulations of training and timing, and I know I can progress faster, but there's a lot of service provision which prevents you from getting to where you want to faster, and prevents you from learning the skills that you've actually signed up to learn, such as being a surgeon. That I actually find that I don't enjoy the process of having to delay learning what I love so much for such a long time, and I know it's going to get delayed even more because of what the system is like, that I kind of lost my spark as to whether or not I want to continue doing that and sacrificing all that additional time to be able to do what I want to do when I'm not actually able to do it. If you compare it to like sports, for example, if you want to excel in sports, you have to put so many hours in, and you know that you're going to get better over time because you've put that time and effort in. It's different with surgery because actually you want to be in theatres, you want to be able to operate and learn the skills and do as much as you can, but actually a lot of that, I think, especially in the last couple of years, has changed so much that there's a lot of service provision because of the lack of doctors, that it just means that actually it's so difficult to be able to do what you love and spend as much time doing it whilst raising a family. Not saying that that's the reason, because actually you can easily have a family and do surgery if that's what you wanted to do, and I did it as core surgical training for 3.5 years, fine. No, I say fine, but obviously it's never fine, but anyway, well, that's a separate thing to talk about. Let's not digress. But what I was trying to say was that actually the issue is the fact that, I don't want to distract from it, but the issue is actually that we don't get enough time in theatres. And over time, I think if you're not doing what you love, you start to become resentful of the fact that you're having to do all these other things just to be able to get the opportunity to do what you're actually supposed to be trained to do. And yes, this has been the case historically with surgeons all the time. But I find in the last couple of years, with the lack of doctors, everyone's leaving because of the working conditions, etc. It's only getting worse. So, yeah. I'm going to stop here. Let me know if you like this, and I am just going to do impromptu videos because editing takes ages. Editing honestly takes ages, so I'd rather have short videos. And let me know what you think, and hopefully if I get better at editing I'll edit more. But yeah, let me know what content you'd like to see next. Otherwise I'll do these diary days.